Hello guys, I'm Alex Koloskov, and this is the first question and answers kind of video. I would say it's offline hangout, meaning I'll be answering your questions which I receive by email or on the Photigy forum or any other way. But in many cases, I'm not able to answer privately to people who asking me because, well, just don't have time against me, and I would love to answer everything, but it's just not possible. Plus, in probably 80% of questions, it appears that I already answered it a few times here and there, and have a tutorial or something similar which answers the questions. In many cases, the answer is just pointing to the right direction and to the right article on the Photigy, and I cannot do this kind of thing because I expect you guys to dig it. However, what I really like is to select questions, kind of the best questions where I can give my best answer, covering even more than asked, so my answer will help others to understand something or to learn or to maybe solve some issues in their photography. I'm gonna do it every week, hopefully more than once per week. So submit your question on the forum, on Photigy forum. Let me show it to you. This is the forum, right? Photigy.com/forum, and we have this topic in Studio Photography Lighting section, which is questions and answers. I would probably move it to somewhere under general photography tab, because questions may be not only about studio photography. But anyway, that's how we're gonna do it. And I will be recording my video answer to the questions which I will choose. So today I have the question from Joel. Joel asked me about the age. Here is actually the question. I'm shooting champagne bottles on a pure white background, and I have trouble to get the age sharp. This is the sample. Any advice? So I asked Joel to send me high resolution files, and I'm gonna tell you, Joe, how to do it, because the answer is basically in two different areas. First, I see the whole image, how you posted on a blog, is not sharp enough. So I think it can be better sharpened when you resize it for web size. This is one piece of the advice, and I'm gonna actually show you how to do it. And the second, you can increase the sharpness of the edge, especially when you shoot on bright background, on the white background, by using black screens. But first, let me show you guys first what we are talking about. I have this article on Photigy.com. I have actually many good articles there, and the article was a little tutorial on how to get tabletop subjects, little subjects, on complete white background without any post-production. Actually I'm gonna show you, before I'm gonna show you the device, I'm gonna show you the article, because Joel know it, and this is for those who doesn't know it. How to get complete white background out from the camera. That's on Photigy.com, right? You can find it there. So I was comparing, you see, shooting on a shooting table, white plastic bottle of cream, and it looked nice, but you see, it wasn't actually white background. We have a little shadow, and there was issues with this. Yes, I could highlight it from the bottom, the table, to eliminate this, but the problem with such approach, because you have subject not really far away from the background, to blow out background, if the subject is white, may blow out some areas on the subject, like here, the top of this bottle, which is not good. So the solution was simple. I got this plastic. I bend it myself. It's clear plastic. I bended this shape, right? You see it. Basically, I was holding on top of the oven and bent, and then let it cool, and it hold the shape. Same thing here. And then I was just positioning it using clamps. Subject is here, basically like this. Here, and background somewhere there. It can be just a piece of glass. You don't need to do it, not always, but sometimes I need a vertical surface, or sometimes, let's say, I need to shoot it directly straight, or even a little bit from the bottom. So this bend is necessary to get it, because otherwise it will be visible edge of the piece of glass if you have just flat piece of glass. So that's how I did it, and it worked fine. If you look at this, this is the bottle, and this is basically JPEG converted from camera raw. No other touch-up and anything. It's in pure white background, no post-production at all, and it's ready to go to web page. So imagine if you need to shoot like 100 or 500 units like this. It can save a lot of time. It means it can save money. And this is another thing. It works great. It works great for non-glossy subjects. When you have white or bright but glossy subject like this, but glossy, it may be a problem. Like Joe has on this. Let me show you his other file he sent me. Like here, you see the edge gets a little bit. Here you are. You see the edge has white reflection, and actually this image is not on completely white background, meaning it was not overexposed enough to get white. But imagine if we add more light to the background, this kind of edge will look even worse. It will be really too bright, meaning well, it may not look good. It will look kind of like the edge is a little bit fuzzy, you know. The solution is simple. You need to have two black cardboard, screen, whatever I use, and black cardboard foam boards, to have them behind the subject, basically covering the background from both sides. Because that's what you see is reflection from the background. On the spherical subject, we get in reflection almost from behind. If we have a background wider enough, we get in all the reflections from the bright background on the edges, and those screens will help. So first, let's limit our background to be not really wide behind the subject. We don't need really wide one. If you shoot in bottle like this, right, we don't need to have really wide background. Have it like this, for example. It's good. Then two black cardboards on both sides behind the subject. Let me show you one more thing. I have tutorial, like I said. I always have tutorial about almost any question. It was shooting glassware on a white background. Basically, it's a bottle of vodka on a pure white background. Even though I wasn't using this clear glass table, but the idea and solution exactly the same. The bottle is clear, meaning white, because it's white background, and it's glossy, meaning it was reflecting on the edge, it was reflecting the background. Let me show you. It's on Photigy under tabletop photography tutorials, basically. This is what we are getting when we just shoot it on white background. You see, we don't see really edge. It's a little bit visible, but not enough. So what I did is this. You see, I added these two pieces of cardboard, and they create a little bit of edge. Then I make them bigger, and it created even more edge on the glossy. Basically, it's a reflection from those cardboards. If subject is not reflective, those cardboards may not help, but it should be a problem with non-glossy subject. So let's see with and without. This is without cardboards, and this shot with cardboards. Mouse over, mouse out, right? Without and with. Here we go. We're getting H. Basically, this is it. And this will work perfectly, Joel, for your question. I mean, to solve the problem you have. And also, Christy sent me a question about what light will be good for that kind of setup. Well, in general, Christy, in general, any light will work. You've seen this, right? Follow-up shot, does equipment really matter on the Pixie, where I use 2 tabletop lamps. It's my kids' tabletop lamps to get this shot. It's non-post-production shot, right? It's just 2 lamps with the same clear glass table. I just use them. Correct white balance, and that's it. The same color temperature on both lights. I can tell that it's it's good way to do stuff if you're trying to shoot for money, but it works. But if we look at your question about lighting more in general, it's much bigger than I can tell you right now. I mean, there are many possibilities, many lighting system, and it depends on what you're gonna shoot, your budget. Well, a lot of stuff can go there. And because I receive those equipment type of questions very often, actually it's every day people ask what I suggest here and there, and honestly it's really hard to suggest anything because I don't have all the conditions, all the environment. I don't know it. So how I can suggest you guys, it's in many cases it's really hard. However, I can tell you what I know, what I learn, what will work good, what will not work about any type of equipment in studio. And that's actually why I'm having this where is it? How to start photography online course. Basically, it's studio photography equipment. It will be on 9th of September, and we'll be covering everything from the camera and lenses to the grip, stands, lighting, lights, light modifiers, well, everything. Just go to workshops under Photigy, you will see what I'm talking about. There is a video where I'm talking about this. It will be recorded, and you don't need to, if you cannot, let's say, join us, you don't need to, because it will be on sale after the course is finished. And you'll, like I said, everything will be recorded, my videos, and then questions and answers sessions after each part of this course. The only thing you will lose when you're not joining, but if you will buy it standalone, that's the chat session. Meaning that if you have particular questions, you won't be able to ask me. Well, you can ask me by email and I can answer like this, but again, it's all based on how much time I will have and how it will work. So anyway, if you're really interested in equipment and studio photography, you can check this online course, which I'm going to do. Alrighty, second part of Joel's question was about resizing. Well, no, he asked about ages, but second part of my answer will be about resizing. Here are subjects. Even though it has little age around, if you resize it properly, we can probably eliminate most of the issues with this. So let me do this. I'm going to crop it first, right? I don't know, Joel, why you shoot it this way, why you can shoot closer, but maybe it was a reason. Anyway, but if I would shoot such bottles, I would obviously get closer, so it will be more resolution, because you're losing a lot of resolution, and you see the image we're working is much smaller than your camera can deliver. So I cropped it, and now I'm going to resize it for web, because that sharpening action I'm going to demonstrate works for web, obviously. When we deliver high resolution files, we never sharpen it. A little bit in Camera Raw, but if it's not for print, we don't touch anything else. Usually the clients in advertisement agency knows how to deal with high resolution TIFFs. Anyway, I'm going to change, let's say, 580 pixels on the longest side, and then we have this sharpening action for Photoshop. It's free. It's available on perfectphotoblog.com useful links. You can always download it from there. I'm going to put it on a forum as well, under this answer on these questions. You can download, you can use it. It's not ours. Some guy, I forgot his name, photographer from Russia, created it. Nothing really kind of magical inside it, but it works great, and it does really good job on sharpening for web. So here we go. I'm going to save it and post on the forum as well. Same here. I don't know why we losing all this space, but let me crop it, resize it to 850 on the longest side, and then run this action. Actually, to give you preview, and you can kind of reduce it, the amount of sharpening, but usually it works great because of small radius. Oh, you don't see the radius? It's 0.2. I can tell you. Let me move a little bit. Okay. Okay, now it's better. So 500% amount and radius 0.2. That's just inside that action. It has nothing to do with any special filter. So it creates those layers, and the final image is here, and it's better. Again, the sharpness and the contrast a little bit out. Maybe it was a little bit out of focus, and I kind of suspect the lens not at the best non-macro lens, and probably I don't know how many f-stop was set. So no, there is maybe some loss of details from that side as well. But anyway, I'm going to save it and post on the blog, and I hope it will help. So this is it. That was my answer to the question how to create sharp looking edges when you're shooting on a white background using that device like this, with really overexposed, well, maybe not really, but at least overexposed enough to have FFF, no color information, background. If you have glossy stuff, make sure you use black screens. Alrighty, so send me questions, send it on the forum, not to my email. On the forum it will be there forever. It's easy to check for me at the forum and pick up right question. On the mail, it's like, you know, every day 20-50 emails, they will just sync, and it will be hard to find it. So photigy.com/forum, questions and answer topic, and every week, hopefully twice a week, we'll be doing this kind of sessions. Alrighty? Cool. Bye guys.